Hello everybody, this is my first video ever on just like random stuff that I be thinking about throughout the week, day, month. And I guess on today's topic would be like marriage, because I think that's like an interesting topic right now. You know, relationships, and people always having problems getting in relationships and stuff like that. So pretty much everybody I think has got like a concept of you, me, but when you're getting married, it's no longer you, me, it's us. It's a team effort. Like if you're not, and if you don't want to participate in a team sport, then just stay single. You know, date. He have one place, or she have one place, you have one place, and it won't be a problem. Like, don't put yourself through that. That's all I'm saying. Like, it becomes a we team, you know? It's like sometimes you're the point guard, sometimes you're the center, sometimes you're the forward, sometimes you're the third man, I don't know. But you can't be the star of the show all the time. And sometimes, you know, you gotta take a back seat. And I think personally that's the problem with a lot of relationships. Sometimes you gotta be that lead, and sometimes you gotta take the back seat. You know what I'm saying? You know, and this concept of like women think that you need to have money and you need to be bought. Men honestly don't care about that, ladies. We don't. I've talked to at least 1,000 dudes. I've seen 1,000 couples. I do a little bit of gig work on the side. And what I've seen in the relationships that work the best is that they can communicate, they can talk, they can openly, I wouldn't say criticize each other, but they're free to express their opinion. You know what I'm saying? Man and woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's been couples I had in the car, you know, they was just like, I don't like John, or I don't like Lisa. And here are the reasons why. And you know, it is what it is. But they were free to express that. And I don't think that is done enough. I don't think you give each other room to share your thoughts, share your feelings, and not take offense about those feelings. Because if you take offense to everything that the other person says, then you're not gonna get anywhere. And it's not productive. It breeds resentment because you're holding in what you want to express. And the thing is that you chose this person. You chose to spend a lifetime, because that's what it is. It's not, marriage is a lifetime like commitment. That's what you're doing. You're going for a long haul. If you didn't want to do that, just date, you know, have a partner per se. And then anytime you feel like you don't want to be with that partner, you could leave. You know, there's a difference between a marriage and a partnership. You can dissolve partnerships. You know what I'm saying? It's easy. I'm not saying it's easy to dissolve partnerships. There's still stuff there that you need to, you know, like separating, you know, items that you got together. But marriage and a partnership, you still kind of, you know, he might live at his place, you might live at your place. You know, so things are still separate. And then that's something you can work on. That's something easy, or easier. But when you get into a relationship where you're talking about being fully committed, who makes the most money shouldn't really matter. Do you have a job? Do you have good work ethic? Do you have, you know, do you have good emotional boundaries? Do you have empathy? These are things that you need to be concerned about in a relationship, because money can come and go. And if you look at the current economic market, like, boom, it's fucking rough out here. Like a dude who's making 100,000, 20 years ago, if he was making $100,000, you could have 2 houses, drive both Bentleys, and be on vacation like every year to like Bali. That $100,000 doesn't take you as far as it did back then. And the truth of the matter is that a guy who was making 60 to 75,000 in like 2000, he could do the same thing for you back then that a guy with 100,000 can do now. Go look it up. Like, do an inflation calculator. Inflation calculator will show you like, yo, like that guy back then, if he was making 60,000, he had the buying power of like 104,000. So just imagine a guy who's making 60,000. We talking about your regular average dude. We talking about the trash guy. We talking about the physical therapist. We talking about teachers, depending on if he's been working in his job long enough. You know what I'm saying? So these regular dudes could do that same thing for you now, but the only thing that's changed is the economic situation. Inflation, gas is 3 times what it was. Buying a house, you could buy a house for 180 back in 98, 2000, and it would be a 4-bedroom in a lot of places across the country. But now, not so much. So the thing is, if you're gonna get into a relationship, like for a long haul, if you wanna get married, it has to be give and take. Sometimes that partner's gonna take, sometimes, you know, it's gonna give. Sometimes you're gonna take, sometimes they're, you know, you gotta give. But the point is, you give each other time and space to refill your cup. Sometimes that could be you going to the gym, yoga classes, you getting a break from the kids, you hanging out with your friends. That's the thing. Like, you've got to give each other time to replenish and restore yourself in a manner that's befitting to you, not something that they think you should do. You should try this because it works for me. You're 2 individuals, okay? And you got to do what works for you. Sometimes that's something for a guy. It might be going out with the boys, having a couple beers at the bar, watching the game on Sunday. Or it could be him playing video games, or going to the gym, or that person or you doing a hobby. Same thing for women. It could be with your girls. It could be you doing a hobby. Any multiple of things, okay? And the thing is that when you say you can't outgrow somebody, because the point of marriage is you to grow together. The only time you outgrow somebody, I think, is when you stop communicating. When you stop pursuing interests outside of each other. Like, you might have had some hobbies, and if you don't continue those hobbies, you're going to be stagnant. You're not going to grow. But you have to allow the person time to do that. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I think marriage is about partnership. It's about a team thing. And it's about sitting down, discussing like, hey, you know, where do you want to be in 10 years? Y'all have to have a plan. It's not just, well, I'm going to sit back and I'm going to enjoy the fruits of this person's labor. And the fact is that a lot of people are looking at what can they provide for me? You know what I'm saying? Like, financially. That's the wrong way to look at things. Outside of finances, because finances, like we said before earlier in the video, it can come and go. But on a mental and emotional level, these are things you need to be concerned about. Are they capable of being there when I want to bitch and complain about my day? Are they a good, solid partner for those kind of things? You know what I'm saying? If they're not, then you're not compatible. These are things that are most important, because that is what really affects relationships. Because if you work together, you can both get on a program where you can grind out and y'all both can get money. Y'all can both say, hey, we have a goal. We want this out of life. So if you both are in it together and you're both pursuing that, and it doesn't have to be you both working 60 hours a week. It could be just, hey, like, look, I'm gonna stay at home. I'll take care of the kids. I'll clean the house. You can focus in on, boom, working 60, 80 hours, building whatever business or whatever it is that you can do for the both of us. And I'm gonna provide you a home where you can come home and be at peace. Or it can be a team effort. And that's the thing you gotta look at. Is it a team effort that y'all wanna do it so it balances out? That's the thing. Because that's what a marriage is about. It's a team effort. If you watch any good basketball game, Michael Jordan, one of the greatest ball players of all time. Did he win any championships? No. By himself, he was scoring, I don't know how many points. But when did he start winning championships? When he picked up Horace Grant, Scottie Pippen, when he started passing the ball a little bit, when he had teammates he could depend on. You see what I'm saying? Like there was times where he had to take the lead and he had to be like, yo, I'm taking over the game. But nonetheless, it was about a team effort that got him the championships. Even Kobe, same thing. He had a nice little ensemble cast. So that is something that people should think about. All right, thank you very much. And I'll probably talk about this again on my next video. And might even, all right, bye.